Hi, guys. Eric Pathy here for your Monday report. Let's talk about these NFL line moves and how would they have done so far this season, Al, in the preseason, even though you didn't release them?
I mean, no, the first week, going against the preseason line moves of 1.5 points or more, you're either 9-4 or 10-3. We'll call it 9-4. And then this week, with one Monday night game to go, which hasn't moved yet, you're 3-3 this week. So combined with 9-4, you're 12-7 going against the moves.
And when just adding a little bit of juice, vig loss is the, and I was going to ask you, like, a lot of people, we're going to say it early, and I'm going to say it more than multiple times on these videos because you get new watchers each and every day. Hopefully, here in the Pick Dogs community, do not buy half points. It's hard enough to beat the bookmaker at 11-10. Anything you would like to elaborate on that? Because this, nobody's buying points in baseball. So all of a sudden we do this transition from baseball. Nobody's buying points. And then all of a sudden
Right.
football comes and I get 30 texts on a Saturday. Should I buy it? It moved a half a point. So I just want to
Yeah, I mean,
reiterate it.
just so people understand, bookmakers know what the value of the half point is, and they charge roughly 50% more than what it's worth. So if it's worth 6 or 7 cents, they're going to charge you 10 cents. I mean, that's the easiest way to say it. Um, you know, there's no free lunch. So if you think you're getting a good deal, you're not. You're just giving away even more money.
Right. And what happens is obviously human nature is for non-pros, they have perfect recall of every game they pushed instead of lost or won instead of lost. And they can read me
Oh,
off.
correct.
Well, I won these 9 games or I pushed these 9 games and I go, what about the other 10 games that they lost by 30 and it didn't matter that you bought the half a point?
Yeah, it's one of those deals where people are like, "Oh, I'd rather have 4 points at 3.5." Well, sure, who wouldn't? But you don't want to lay $1.20 to have the four. You'd rather just lay just take plus 3.5. Like, you feel more comfortable during the game, but at the end of the day, you've laid more than it's worth, and it's not worth it.
There you go. And so, clients that are watching this, potential clients that are watching this, in addition to getting the actual selections, again, you can ask me these questions that I can forward and ask Al if you don't watch all the video content throughout the season via Telegram while he's doing his work and he's handicapping. We were going through yesterday's numbers, and I believe we came to the conclusion that while everybody's getting excited for football, you want to get in for football, but 2 months into football, you have the transition where you're playing everything. November 4th is the beginning of the college basketball season. September
Yeah,
4th,
but
ironically.
NBA starts in October.
Right, right. But my point is, we were talking about the overall volume, and I think we were looking at it in the past, and again, obviously things can change, but about 150 college football games, 150 NFL games, and
Three
three,
300 NBA and 650 college basketball.
and that's that. And I forgot to ask you yesterday, does that count the added games on Telegram that they don't get if they're not, or there could be another
Oh, sure.
50?
Yeah. Yes. That
Okay.
includes all that.
So, I mean, think
Includes
about that,
playoffs.
guys.
That includes.
So, think about that, guys. 150, 150, 350, 650. I mean, so it's interesting that, and we understand human nature. I'll get a lot of inquiries and membership inquiries, obviously, before football starts, but I would not be a football specific sports better because you're going to make you want to add that college basketball component. Now the question is, and this is acting like I'm the client. They asked me this: what's Al's easiest sport to handicap? And I always answer. You'll tell me if I'm wrong. The answer is it college basketball makes you more money because there's more opportunities and there's more games. It's not that it's easier.
Correct. There's no easy in any of this.
I mean, you can't tell me in 46 years. I'm going, by the way, Al, I figured out the math. This is my 39th September. If I go back to the first day I walked into Duke's office, this will be my 39th September doing this. And I think that might be the one of the most common questions in 39 years that I get asked on a weekly basis. And I'm not throwing any shade to people asking me that question, but there is this ideal in their mind that there's an easier sport to beat.
I think if everyone could do it, everyone would do it. Everyone can't do it. Nothing is easy. I'm able to do very well with hard work and with 47 years of experience and all of that. But I still think, it's a hard thing to do. I just do, you just don't turn on the light switch and, print money. That's not how this thing is.
Yeah, and
So,
I love your college basketball stat. I believe it just happened to fall this way. It was 379 and 279.
right. That was last year's record. Yeah.
Right. So, but if I say that to somebody on the phone, I say you had to be around for the 279 to win the 379. This is, you don't get to just pick out the two.
There's a lot of losing in the winning. Yes.
And so what happens is, where I saw, and for you that watch this, and I know we have a lot of existing clients that watch this that didn't maximize last basketball season specifically because they didn't like the volume, and what they started doing was handicapping the handicapper. And of course, Murphy's Law is, I like this game, I don't like this game, and then they wind up playing more of the 279 than they do the 379. And I want to have compassion for them, but I'm also showing them the raw data when they call me up after and they go, I don't understand. I'm not making any money. So for you guys out there, old clients, new clients alike, just be a robot. We want you to win the 379, but you also have to be willing to lose the 279.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the way it works.
Exactly. So with that being said, tell me, what are we looking at this Monday night football list in terms of it's coming, guys? Hang on.
Well, you kind of missed the most important thing. You haven't even talked about us winning our Major League Baseball game of the year today.
I apologize. Go ahead. I was talking football.
Yeah, no.
And you snapped the streak. They won 14 games going into this game.
Yeah, we went against the Milwaukee Brewers. We're on a 14-game win streak. We had our Major League Baseball game of the year on the Cincinnati Reds over Milwaukee, so that was a nice win. Interestingly, we had our interleague game of the year in July when Milwaukee was on an 11-game win streak. We won that as well when Seattle defeated Milwaukee 1-0. So, Logan Gilbert tossed, I think it was 7 innings of shutout ball in that game in July. And then today, Andrew Abbott tossed 7 innings of shutout ball. And then the third time we went against Milwaukee Milwaukee's 29-5 their last 34 games. We've gone against them 3 times in those 34 games. We won all 3. The other time was we had our underdog of the month on the Chicago Cubs over the Brewers. So we're a perfect 3-0 going against a team that's 29-5 in its last 30.
Amazing.
That's pretty good.
Amazing. And okay. Guys, when you join, go ahead. I'm sorry.
We'll talk about Monday's baseball. I just wanted to mention we did win our.
Well, yeah, and when you join, guys, again, there's no sports-specific package. So when you call me up for the All Access at 443-957-1006, the day you start, it's everything that Al has. It's just thrown onto the Telegram channel. There's no separate channels. One stop gets it all. Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, we're going to look at the Guardians against the Diamondbacks. It's a Monday night baseball play. And, the Guardians, Atlanta came into Cleveland. Obviously, Atlanta's been dreadful for most of the entire season, but Atlanta ended up sweeping the 3-game set against the Guardians on the road. I like Cleveland to bounce back. They're now going to be on the road at Arizona. Gavin Williams is going to take the mound. He's having a nice season. He's 7-4 with a 3.38 ERA. He's had 127 strikeouts in 128 innings pitched, and he's 5-2 in his last 18 starts. In his last 7 trips to the mound, Williams' ERA is 2.38 in just under 42 innings pitched. It's even money in this game at plus 100. I'm going to take Cleveland at that price.
Take Cleveland Guardians, guys. They haven't changed the name yet, and reach out to me for your All Access.
What do you mean they haven't changed? You mean from Indians to Guardians to something new?
We'll talk about it off air. For all you guys that know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to talk about it on the video. Anyway, guys, send me a text 4439571006. Guardians is your complimentary selection. Good day and good luck.